Warning, this video is gonna hurt. If you're not ready, emotionally ready, to confront your inner demons, to confront your shadows, to confront your traumas, and what you've been running away from for the last few months, to the last few years, then don't watch this video. How do you feel right now? All right. If you click on that video, I'm guessing that you're feeling maybe pretty sad, or you're feeling maybe down in your life right now. How does it feel? Really tap into it. And whatever the cause of your sadness could have been, or your depression is, just tap into that, and just ask yourself this simple question. How did you feel waking up this morning? Maybe you felt that it was just like any other day, right? You woke up and it was just like, you know what? Just going about my life, just going about my day. And it's always been the same. And maybe it's been the same for months, for years, or since the beginning of time for you. And doesn't it suck to wake up every day and just do the same old thing? Doesn't it suck to wake up each day and realize that you're not progressing? Doesn't it really suck to wake up every day and be like, I don't know what the hell I want to do with my life. I don't feel like I'm growing. I don't feel like I'm achieving my potential. Doesn't it suck? Maybe you woke up this morning and you're thinking about that girl that you always wanted to go on a date with and she rejected you. Or you're thinking about that raise you really wanted to have at your job and you thought you were going to get it, but they fired you. Maybe you really wanted to start that friendship with those group of friends and they just totally rejected you. Whatever pain you have in your life, right? Maybe a friend of yours turned his back on you, backstabbed you and ran away from you. That's making you depressed. Doesn't it suck? Doesn't it feel sad? What's the thing right now that's making you the most sad in your life? What's the one thing right now that's making you feel the most depressed in your life? Making you feel the most hopeless? What's making you feel like there's no light at the end of the tunnel? That you'll always be stuck there? What's that one thing? Maybe you can't even pinpoint it right now, but just feel it. What's that one thing that's holding you back? And if you can't find it, isn't it so frustrating that you can't even know why you feel sad? Isn't that the saddest of things? Isn't that so depressing? And doesn't it feel so alone to be doing that by yourself? To having to feel that way by yourself. And it really feels like you're the only one in it, doesn't it? That no one else understands you. And you tell yourself, you know what, maybe it's true. Maybe it's true that no one in the world will ever understand me. Maybe it's true that I'm the only one struggling with this. Once you're in touch with that sadness, realize, what have you been running away from? Aren't you afraid that you're going to feel that way for the rest of your life? Aren't you afraid that if you don't fix yourself right now, that you're going to be on your deathbed in 40, 60 years, whatever, without having achieved anything? Are you afraid if you stay in that state that you lose your friends, your family, that you'll die alone? Aren't you afraid of that? Think of all the fear it creates in you. Can you feel that fear? Can you feel that roadblock, that thing just holding you back, this weight on your shoulders that's just grabbing you? Can you feel that? That fear of shit, man, what if I don't achieve anything in life? What if I die alone? What the fuck? What if I never find that partner? What if I never succeed? What if I never find my life purpose? What if I never find fulfillment? Ask yourself, what do you want? What do you truly want? What's that thing you want? What's that thing you've been running away from? That thing you were afraid of, right? What's that thing you want? You want that girl, you want that validation, you want that love, you want that money, you want whatever you want right now. You want that recognition. What's that thing you want right now that you've been running away from? That you've been so terrified of? You felt so shit because you couldn't get it. You couldn't motivate yourself to do fucking anything about it, right? What's that thing you really want with burning desire that just really ignites in you? You want that thing. What's that thing? I mean, are you fucking fed up, dude? Are you fucking fed up? Are you pissed off that you weren't taking action? Aren't you pissed off that you couldn't motivate yourself to do anything? Aren't you pissed off at those people who told you could never do it? Aren't you pissed off at all those people who tell you, oh man, you haha, like laughing at you because you wanted to do that thing? Aren't you pissed off? Aren't you frustrated that you couldn't take action? You couldn't do anything about it, right? Aren't you freaking pissed off? What's that thing? What's that thing that ignites you, that like angers you, right? Maybe that feeling of injustice, like I can't believe they did that to me. I can't believe that person said that to me. I'm gonna prove them wrong. I'm gonna prove my parents wrong. They fucking told me I could never achieve this in my life. Fuck them. Like, aren't you pissed off? Is that something in you, right? That like makes you wanna like wake the fuck up? How long are you gonna live in that depressed, whatever, sad state? Like, aren't you fed up of like waking up and feeling the same every day, doing the same shit are you fucking fed up, dude? Are you fucking fed up? Wake up, dude. What the fuck? I don't know what else will. Like, imagine now how you'd feel like if you did actually succeed. Like, forget whether it's possible or not. Imagine you actually did succeed. Imagine you did show those people, you know what? You were wrong the entire time. And then you start getting success. You start getting monetary success, relationship success, whatever success you want, you start getting it. How would it feel? Wouldn't that feel at least a little good? Yeah, it would be a bit of a dirty high, but at least you'd feel something, right? Is that something that at least resonates with you somehow? Right? Just getting that recognition, getting that happiness, getting that validation. Fuck all those self-help gurus that tell you, oh, fuck validation and what people like. Fuck it. Like, imagine you did achieve it. Okay, forget what everyone else said. Imagine you did achieve whatever you wanted. How would that feel? At least you would feel better than that sadness right now, right? Maybe you'd feel a bit like an asshole, but at least you'd feel something. But at least you would have tried something, right? You would have stabbed yourself out of it. Wouldn't that feel at least 1% better than sitting in the darkness? And now I want you to imagine if it were possible to achieve whatever success you wanted, and that you actually had the courage to do it. Now that you have that hope that maybe it's possible, you know, maybe you don't believe in yourself, but maybe you at least believe in what I'm saying. Can you at least believe in what I'm saying? That you could at least, if you did put in the effort and the time, that you could achieve whatever you wanted to. Can that give you a bit of hope, at least? A bit of courage, right? Imagine yourself having the courage to take action, having the courage to go for your dreams, right? Confront those fears, confront those emotions, not being afraid of those emotions anymore, going right through them, confronting your shadows. Maybe you were feeling angry at someone, you were feeling pissed off at the world, pissed off at other people, you were sad, depressed about yourself. You think it's other people's fault. And then you go on that journey to better yourself, right? Feel more courageous, feel more happiness, right? Then you confront those fears. And then along the way, you realize that, yeah, I kind of want to prove those people wrong, but at the same time, I'm really doing this for me. Can you realize that for a second? That it's really for you that you're doing that. That you're confronting your inner shadows. That you're diving deep, developing yourself. It's really for you. It's for nobody else. It's really for nobody else. Can you realize that what you've been working on, your depression, your sadness, your lethargy, whatever, it's really for you. It's not to prove anything. Yeah, it would feel good, right? And maybe that temporarily you would want to do that to prove people wrong, but at the end of the day, the only competition is against yourself yesterday. And can you realize that the world is what it is? That's all it's doing. If you're feeling depressed right now, or you were feeling depressed, hopefully I kind of snap you a bit out of it. The world is just doing its thing. Can you at least be neutral to that? That the world, maybe it's been throwing shit at you and random events and traumas from whatever you had in your life. The world's just doing its thing. Like, it's not trying to like blame you and shame you and point the finger at you and tell you you're wrong. It's like a force of nature. It's like the rain that falls or the snow that falls, and then the next day it's sunny out. That's just nature. The same way depression comes, anger comes, fear comes, frustration comes. It's just waves. Can you at least see that? That the world is what it is. How does that feel? Do you feel a bit of a relief from that? Now that you feel a bit of a relief from that, can you at least accept that, you know what? I've been hurt in the past. It all sucked, but at least, like, can you at least accept the fact that, things happen for a reason? They happen for you. They happen for your growth. The challenges that you have in your life, it's really just building blocks to your castle, building blocks to your life. That's really what it is. And without those building blocks, then your life would suck. So be grateful for that. Can you at least make peace with that? And all the people who've hurt you in the past, your past relationships, your parents, even your friends, can you at least accept that maybe they hurt you because they were hurt themselves or they didn't know any better? Maybe your father told you you could never become a public speaker when you were 17 years old because he did not know any better. And he was afraid that by you following your dreams that he would lose you or that you wouldn't be successful. Maybe he's only projecting his fears onto you. Which is, by the way, my story. When I was 17, my parents told me not to become a public speaker. So, can you at least make peace with that? Can you at least say, you know what? This happened for a reason, and I mean, sometimes it kind of sucks, but fuck it, I'm gonna move on from it. In your heart, you say, you know what, Father, you told me those things about myself, but you didn't know any better, so I forgive you, and I move on. Now that you've let go of those chains, now can you take action? How does it feel now to take action? Remember earlier I told you, how would it feel if you could crush your freaking competitors, prove them wrong? Well, what if you had nothing to prove anymore? Because you made peace with them. What kind of action would come from that? And are you willing to change? Are you willing to really make peace with that depression of yours? Maybe you were pissed off at that depression. Now, can you make peace with it? Can you make love to it? Can you accept your inner 7-year-old child in you who's been really hurt, felt so alone, without any friends? Can you accept that child? Those negative thoughts, right? You say, you're not good enough. You can't achieve this. You tell to yourself. You're really saying that to your 3-year-old self, your little 3-year-old self. Anytime you criticize, you point your finger to your 3-year-old self, you're like, fuck you, 3-year-old self. You don't deserve it. You suck. And can you really go around your life doing that? Are you willing to change? Are you willing? So if you're willing to change, then you have to find your life purpose. Because if you know what you want to do with your life, with the rest of your life, then you can truly grow. You can truly move on to a next level of consciousness in your life. You can really move on to the next step. That's what I want to invite you to do. So click on that link right here. It's going to lead you to my free life purpose book. And don't forget to subscribe, because personal development is a habit that you build every single day, every single week. And such are the videos that I release every single week. So watch this video anytime if you feel down, and I wish you a great day. See you next time.